In this video, I'm going to talk about how you can take an air-cooled torch like this one right here and make it a lot skinnier so that it's more like a water-cooled torch, which is this one over here. I learned how to TIG on a water-cooled torch, and the reason I like them is they have a nice skinny handle. You can grab them just like a pencil, and that way you can kind of control it with the knuckle joints in your fingers very easily. The way that a lot of these air-cooled torches are is they have this handle. I've already removed this, and it's really big, and you kind of have to hold it with your hand like so, and the movement's more on your wrist, which is further away and harder to control. So, to make this torch skinny, like this water-cooled torch, the first thing you want to do is remove this handle. There's about half a dozen screws there you just remove. Take that off. Some of them have a remote control on-off. You can keep that on there. Sometimes there's a gasket like this you can slide off. Then you want to take a piece of rubber, the stuff that comes on, that wraps around your hose anyways. You can just clip off a small piece of that. And you're going to wrap it around this metal part because you don't want to get shocked. Okay. So to secure that on, you can use some electrical tape. Now the voltage that goes through this on-off switch is pretty low. I think it's around 12 volts. But again, if you wanted to use it, you could take some electrical tape and just tape around it. I personally like a foot pedal, so I don't use it. But just to show you, you would take this. And obviously tape it up a little bit more at the top. But now you got this handle here, which is about the same diameter as a water-cooled torch. It's a lot easier to handle and control. And so that's a real quick tip for you. If you want to take it even further and make this a manual water-controlled torch, then I'm going to move these out of the way for a second and show you these ones over here. Okay, so these are two air-cooled torches that I've modified. This one I took off pretty much all the insulation around the body of the torch. And this one here, I just took insulation off the very top half right here. I think for most parts, this is going to be a better solution for most people. So this obviously cools off around the surrounding air easier, but the other thing you can do is you can take a tray of water like this, just put a sponge in it, soak it in there, and after your torch gets hot, you can just press it in here and it'll cool it down. Now, a lot of people worry that the water is going to somehow leak in here, but remember, this is sealed off, so argon gas only flows out the opening here. It has an O-ring over here. It has another gasket inside here. And in my experience doing this for several hours, even if you do accidentally get water in here, which is pretty hard to do, then it pretty much evaporates pretty quick anyways. If you get a whole bunch of water in there and don't clear it out, then obviously it's going to contaminate your tungsten and give you issues. But that's another thing you can do. I think this is better for most people because it's just a minor modification. You basically just take a box cutting knife and cut off the insulation on the top, and you can just stick it down in there like so, and it will cool off very quickly because when water evaporates, it has a latent heat of evaporation. It takes out a lot more heat than just air. Okay, hope you found this educational. Thanks for watching. I've been welding with this modified air-cooled torch for about 10 minutes. You see the rubber insulation around the metal part there in the body has been removed. And this is just a bread pan with a sponge soaked in water at the bottom. And it's pretty much an easy way to cool off your torch. You just kind of stick it in there, let it cool off. If you ever want to change your tungsten, you can kind of gently also cool the ceramic cup there too. And then if you just wait a couple seconds, the water pretty much just evaporates right off because there's still a little bit of latent heat in there. It makes welding a lot nicer with an air-cooled torch, and I hope you enjoy this video. Thanks.